So great, welcome back. Part 3 of Deep Hips. Today we're going to focus on a thing called ZigZag, which is very similar to Pigeon, and we'll be doing that as well. And then we'll be going further and further into our splits as well. So come rest into your child's pose. Coming in, and arms are long in front of you, and just get a sense of the way your belly and your thighs meet. You've been really working on that deep folding of the front of your hips. So squeeze again your thighs and your belly towards each other, and just allow the back of your body to lengthen and open as you do so. Nice, and then come all the way forward into your cat pose. Tuck your toes under, push back into your downward dog. And just get a feeling of how your thighs are long, how your knees are doing. Just bending your knees a few times, getting a sense of, how are my knees? Maybe tap your knees down towards the floor, straighten your legs back. Tap your knees down, straighten your legs back, and bend one knee, lengthen into the other leg deeply. And the knee that you're bending, try and squeeze your thigh and your belly together really deeply. And then the other side, bend your knee, stretch into the other leg, and squeeze your thigh and your belly together. Then just travel from squeezing one side, lengthening the other, squeezing one side, lengthening the other. Nice, straighten both legs. So reach the right leg up and back behind you. And keep your spine long. So don't arch your back as you do this, because then you're using your spine to lift your leg. Keep your lower back widening and point into your toes. Bend your right knee, and then allow or imagine that your right toes will come to touch your left shoulder. Just have a sense of the reaching of your foot towards your shoulder. And then stretch out through your leg. Let your right toes tap the floor. Lengthen your leg, bend your knee, and imagine your toes will come to your shoulder. And again, stretch your leg, toes to the floor. One more time. Stretching up, bend your knee, toes towards your shoulder. Push deeply down into both of your hands and feel the length of your left leg as you do this. Nice. Stretch to your leg, foot to the floor. Lengthen out through the left leg, up towards the ceiling. Again, keep your lower back wide and full. Bend your knee. And now imagine that your left toes will come towards your right shoulder. Nice. Straighten your leg. Toe taps the floor. Leg goes up. Bend your knee. Toe towards your right shoulder. Straighten your leg. Touch the floor. One more time. Up. Bend your knee. And push deeply down into both hands. And really feel the length of the standing leg. Nice. Stretch your leg. Drop your foot to the floor. Walk your feet closer. Walk your hands back. Draw your heels inwards a little bit and come rest into a squatting position. Nice. Make fists out of your hands and roll deeply into your fists. Nice. And then in the other direction. Nice. Roll your shoulders. How do you organize yourself to roll your shoulders while you're in a squat? And then roll your shoulders in the other direction. Nice. Hands to the floor. Stretch through your legs. Nice. And then come sit on your mat with your feet as wide as your mat, or that's around 1.5 feet apart. Cool. Bring the soles of your feet together and sit up tall. So your soles of your feet, they're touching, they're shining towards each other. They're not really, really close, and they're not far away. They're kind of the Goldilocks distance, just right. So holding on to your shins, pull your knees wide as you really pull like you're rowing a boat onto your ankles. Draw your knees wide, and then relax. Pull your knees wide as you pull your hands into your ankles. Relax. One more time. Pull your knees wide and just pausing there. Really feel that lengthening through the inner thighs. So that's my goose, one of them. Nice. So you're going to spiral the right leg. So lift the right foot up and bring the right knee to where your right foot was. And so now we're into zigzag. Nice. And then bring both knees up until both feet are standing on the floor. And then drop both knees down towards the right. Both knees up, both feet standing on the floor. Both knees down towards the left. Cool. Soles of your feet together. You can do this with your hands on the floor, or if you keep your hands off the floor, it's more the hips that have to work. Spiral the left leg. So left knee comes down to where your left foot was. Nice. And then bring your feet to stand, knees rise. Drop your knees down towards the left, sitting up tall. Feet come to stand. And then drop your knees down towards the right. Spiral, soles of your feet together. Nice. So spiral your right knee in. Spiral your right leg out. Spiral your left knee in. Spiral your left leg out. How wonderful. Cool. So spiral your right knee in. And then for the first time we do this, you're going to bring your left hand to the floor and glide your right knee over your left leg. So they're into clamshells then, okay, right? And then lift your right knee up so that your feet are still touching, but your knee has moved away. Drop your right knee down and slide it back, zigzag, okay? So let's see if we can do that without hands. So draw your right knee on top of your left. Let your right knee lift into clamshell. Drop your right knee down and then glide back. Did you have to use your hand? If so, that's totally perfect. One more time. Glide your right knee over. Draw your knee up. Drop your knee down and glide back. Super cool. Change. Soles your feet together. Other side. Glide your left knee into the center. Bring your right hand to the floor. Slide your left knee up on top of your right. Let your left knee rise. You're standing on your right foot. Let your left knee drop. Glide it back. Zigzag. So do it with hands or without hands. Glide your knee over. Lift your knee, clamshell. Drop your knee down. Glide your knee back. One more time. Glide your knee over. Lift your foot up, or lift your knee up. Drop your knee down. And over. Nice, how cool. So from here, bring the soles of your feet together. And then whatever way you do, come all the way up into your downward dog. And just feel that, getting length. Super. So step your right foot between your two hands. Rise up into a lunge position. So your front knee is bent, your back leg is straight, and you're really pulling back into the back heel. And imagining that you're going to try and sit your hips down as low to the floor as you can. And then straighten the front leg. And then drop your hips down. Straighten the front leg. You can interlock your fingers and lift your arms up if you wish. So you're just meeting deeply the front of the right thigh. Oh no, the front of the left thigh, sorry. And just keep bobbing up and down. And next time you drop down, pause there. So the heel is trying to come towards the floor. Your knuckles are rising. And draw your navel towards your spine. Nice. Drop both hands to the floor. Drop your left knee to the floor. Walk your right foot forward until your heel is the same distance out as your fingertips. Straighten out through the front leg. Drop your head down towards the floor. Nice. And then rock. Lift the back knee. Drop your back knee. Stretch out through the front leg. Lift your back knee as you lengthen. Drop your back knee. Stretch. So I have that sense of really pulling my sit bones back. It's like I'm dragging my heel backwards a little bit more. One more time. Stretch the back leg. Stretch the front leg. Nice. To come back here, be really slow and careful. So I'm going to lift my back knee and hop a bit forward. And then heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Bring both knees together. Coming out of those poses, it's really important you go slowly. Stretch back. Downward dog. Coming up onto your toes. Drop your heels. Bend your knees. Tap the floor. Come up onto your toes. Bend your knees. And let them tap the floor. Nice. So step the left foot forward between your two hands. Keep your toes standing on the right foot. And then just rise up. Arms are long and beside you in the beginning. Strengthen into the back leg by drawing the heel towards the floor and opening into the back knee. And then bend the front knee deeply. But you're not traveling forward with the torso. You're pulling your torso backwards. You're drawing your navel backwards. And you're resisting the front of the right thigh. And then rise. Straighten the front leg. Bend. Rise. Straighten the front, bend the front knee. Rise. Bend. One more time. You can interlock your fingers, rise your arms up towards the ceiling, and then just drop down deeply, straightening into the back leg. Pausing there. Nice. Lower your arms down. Drop your back knee to the floor. Walk your left foot forward until your heel is in line with your fingertips. Rock into the front leg. Stretch out into lengthen the front leg deeply as you drop your forehead down. So that's a chicken telling me she laid an egg. A hen. Nice. Rock forward, lift the back knee. Drop your back knee, stretch out in the front leg. Rock forward, stretch the back leg. Drop your back knee. And really feel that sense of pulling your heel into the floor, drawing your sit bones back. Nice. To come out of this, lift your back knee, hop a little bit forward, and then bring your foot back. Nice. All the way back. Downward dog. Nice. So bring your hands as wide as your mat and draw your right knee forward beside your right hand. Tuck your back toes under, walk your back leg a little bit further away, and then come up onto your fingertips and rise up through your spine. So you're in pigeon pose. Push the baby toe side of your right foot to the floor, and you're not sinking down in this pose yet. You're rising up. So you're trying to lift as high away from the floor as you can. Lift your back knee off the floor. Drop your back knee, let your bum land. That right bum is seeking the floor beneath you. And then lift your bum away from the floor. Lift your back knee off the floor. Rising through the chest. And then drop your hips down. And this time walk your left elbow forward, then your right elbow forward. You can walk your back leg a little bit further away. And imagine that the left hip is coming down towards that right foot. Really feel weight into the left side of your body. Tendency is that we'll rock towards the right. So you're just giving weight to the left. Nice. So drop all your weight onto the right buttock. So you kind of lean over towards the right and then begin to swing the left foot all the way forward till it lands on the floor in front of you. Swing your arms around towards the left and bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee and twist towards the left. Nice, release. And bring your left knee back into ZigZag. Bring both hands to the floor. Push back into your downward dog. Just feel that stretch back. Bend your knees a few times. Feel normal tracking through that right knee. Create length. And then draw the left knee forward. So have your hands as wide as your mat. Draw your left knee forward to your left hand. Tuck your back toe under. Walk your back leg away, up onto your fingertips. Now you want to get tall. So lift your back knee off the floor and really feel like you're trying to lift the top of your head as high away from the floor as you can. And then sink. Let that settle. And again, rise, pushing your fingertips down, lift the back knee, lift everything up. Nice, and settle. Bring your right elbow down, bring your left elbow down, and it's the right hip that you're giving weight to. Really imagine that the front of the right hip is going to drop down towards that left heel. Nice. Let all the weight travel into the left buttock. Let it land. And then swing the right leg forward till it lands on the floor in front of you. Draw your arms over towards the right and twist towards the right. Left arm is on the outside of your knee. Nice. Super. Come into ZigZag. And push both hands down and then step all the way back and just track into that left knee, bending one knee, bending the other, bending both, stretching both. Nice. Come sit on your mat. Legs are long in front of you. Oh, wonderful. Great. From here, bring your right foot, so with your leg energy, bring your right foot in till your foot is in front of your bum, right bum, and then reach your left hand forward and just drop your head down in the direction of your left knee. So right hand goes to your left foot, and your left hand is on the floor beside you, and you're really allowing the whole of the right side of your back to lengthen. Maybe you even reach beyond your your toes, and let's create length. Breathing. Find that squeeze again. How do you squeeze your belly and your thighs together? Give your torso weight towards your thigh. Nice. Come all the way up. Stretch your right leg long. Bend the left knee. Let your leg travel in itself until your foot lands in front of your bum. Bring your right hand to the floor and glide your left hand out. Drop your head down in the direction of the right knee. And again, creating length into the left side of your body. And then find the squeeze of your belly and your thighs together. How do you squeeze them deeply together? And coming all the way up. Nice. Stretch both legs long and then just roll into your belly. Just have a sense of Really drawing a circle with your pelvis on the floor, or drawing a circle with your navel, or whatever way you understand this. Maybe your spine is like a skipping rope. Just rolling. Nice. So come lie on your back. Come all the way down. Feet are flat on the floor, your knees are bent. I really like bringing my hands to my belly when I'm doing deep hip work. It really supports my psoas, the deep belly, the pelvic floor, all the insertions of the thighs up into the hips. I just feel that beneath your hands, we were working deeply. So let your hands comfort the deep of your belly. Get a sense of the contact. Let your face soften. Let your chest and shoulders deepen into the floor. Really feel the breath rising and falling in your belly, soothing the deep belly, soothing your hips, your pelvis. How wonderful. Great. So you can squeeze your knees up onto your chest if you wish, or you can stay where you are. You can just rest there until you feel to the want to move again, or you can do the next class in the series. And so thank you so much for joining me today, and great, be well.